finally I'm back with another daily video. I haven't done these in a while. Well, actually I have, but it hasn't been. I'm kind of off schedule. Anyway, I want to get this done quickly. I've got some things I need to do, so I got to get moving. First of all, what I got for the day, and I've been using this Druidcraft deck a lot. I really like this deck. Kind of hard to see. This is the Queen of Swords, and it's reversed. My first card there. Queen of Swords reversed. Central card, Ten of Swords, and it is reversed. So that's a good deal with the central card there. Not so good with the Queen of Swords. And final card for the day is the Eight of Cups. It's a good card too. That's about growing emotionally. Anyway, we got a 10, we got an 8. And that's 18. 8 plus 1 is 9. So the number for the day is going to be a 9. I want to make sure my sound is working because I'm not hearing myself real clear. Um, make sure I got my microphone on. That would help. Okay, anyway, um, everything seems to be on and working. The number nine is, of course, about a completion that's coming up. Um, this is also associated with the Hermit card, which makes sense for me because I see the Hermit card as being time to contemplate and think over things from your past, which of course will help help you with the future. And you can probably hear the baby starting to cry. Anyway, the number nine, it's associated, like I said, the Hermit card. Um, but this marks the end of a cycle that's going on in your life. It's time for endings and terminations, which this central card here, uh, being a Ten of Swords, can definitely mark having news or hearing about someone who's passed with that Ten of Swords. And of course, it's getting over the pain and so forth. So that would be something that I could look for the day. But anyway, number nine, yeah, terminations, completions. And a lot of times there's some kind of public recognition that will come about, possibly with number nine. Usually that's more on a yearly thing instead of a daily, but it definitely does happen. So because things you've went through, you're finally on that at that mark. It's usually this is not a time that on a number nine that you initiate any kind of major commitments or any kind of new ventures in your life. So it's a time about tying up loose ends and getting things done, which is actually what I'm doing um, here in a little bit. I'm just not liking this first card here because this first card is a Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is, not to mince words, this is the card that I call someone who's a bitch. It's pretty simple. Somebody that misuses their intellect, their knowledge, that doesn't have any regard for law. Gives a lot of misinformation too with this card here. Um, there can be bigotry and some complaining when this card shows up. But mainly, this is somebody who seems to be domineering and very vindictive. Um, and a lot of times, secretly, probably trying to discredit you and, possibly prevent you from obtaining a position or something that you desire. So, that's something because I am getting ready to leave here in a little bit and I've got some things to do, and that's something I really need to look at because swords, and especially with characters like this, I do think of law and law enforcement. And I've got a little deal that I'm going on. I'm actually just renewing my license. And I've been told so many different stories from so many different people. I'm hoping this is not going to be an issue when I get down there. And the one I've been speaking to has been a woman, so I'm hoping this is not going to be an issue that we're going to find out. Um, one thing about is, saying that you don't really need to let things from hard times or difficulties in the past leave you really cold. And more than likely, if that person is like that, this is going to be what this is about. So that's something that needs to be looked at. The central card there is the Ten of Swords, which would, I'm getting some connections here. And of course, it's on a personal level, people that I know and so forth. That could well be connected with this one here. Somebody who is cold, who has been through difficulties and something that's ended in their life. Anyway, the Ten of Swords coming up reversed. This is a lot better than when it's upright. It's saying that difficulties and pains that you've been through and went through are finally coming to an end. You're able to get over a lot of that pain, or you're getting over that pain when the Ten of Swords shows up here. Um, or reversed, because I read reversals. Like I said, everybody's a little different on reversals. It's the way I've learned. It's what I've always done, so that's what I use. But it's saying that the worst of the pain's over. There's a change for the better that's coming about, and it's also an end of a cycle. Being a 10, so this is the ability to start a new cycle. Um, Surviving a very disastrous situation comes up when this card comes up. Again, as I was saying earlier, you may receive some news about a death or a serious illness, and that would make sense to me. Some things has happened, so I may be hearing about that, and especially these two cards may be coming from the same person, which it definitely is upsetting, but you know, overall, it says the worst is over. Problems are starting to be resolved. So that's good news when this comes up. And the thing also is improvements are coming up. When this card comes up, even though there's difficulties, what's coming ahead, there's improvements. There's been a lot of pain, and pain always causes growth. So things have learned. And it's also sitting beside the Eight of Cups. And Eight of Cups is about emotional uh, maturity, something that you've been through on an emotional level, and it's time to grow and time to move on when the Eight of Cups comes up. So this is saying leaving an emotional situation. It's there can very very there's a yearning to have new experiences and new things and things that you're interested in to move forward for that. Um, when that eight comes up, and so the Eight of Cups is all about it's saying goodbye and moving on, going on to better things, uh, walking away from a situation that's emotional, um, or just basically unsatisfactory situation within your life. But a lot of times this comes up when there's something you've been dealing with for a while, um, and finally you've come to a point where hey, I can get up and walk away from it now. You want to break loose and try something new, and maybe somebody that's seeking to fill some kind of void in their life, possibly even going towards a new relationship. So I may hear somebody about maybe wanting to go towards a new relationship today. I'm not exactly sure about that, and I think this may be connected here. But that's what this is all about. The time to let go, because old involvements with other people and old emotional situations, they're just not working out for you. And it's time to get up and go. So that's going to be our reading for today. Everybody have a great day.